Alright, I'm standing down here at the intersection of what I believe to be Catalunan Grande Road, which goes up this hill, and if you go straight, it'll take you to the Alanita Heights subdivision, Arroyo. And it'll also, if you go that way at the end of this road and hang a right, it'll take you to Skyline. And going that way actually brings you back into the city. Hi! Now this way behind me, that's going to take you toward Deca Homes. The name of the barangay, I have no idea, but it's back toward Deca Homes. Maybe Takugunan, I don't know how to pronounce it. Takunan, something like that, I believe is the barangay that way. Hi. And of course this way here, hello, this way here takes you into, hi, takes you into Mintal. So that's kind of where we're at right now. There's a lot of construction going on throughout the city of Davao, but the president is making big strides in redeveloping the transportation system throughout the Philippines. As you can see here, they're going to widen the road. This road here, there's a lot of narrow roads in the city of Davao, not to mention throughout the Philippines. So there's a lot of road expansion taking place. They have an officer, a traffic officer posted here, and then they have a traffic officer posted down beyond the bend down there, and one officer will stop the traffic and they allow the one-way traffic to come through to release the pressure points, especially up by the highway of Mintal, the main road. As well as through here. So what they'll do is they'll allow traffic to come one way for a while, then two officers coordinate, they'll stop, and then they rotate. Whenever the city is required to expand, some people just kind of homestead on the land, meaning they don't own the land, they just kind of take it over because nobody's using it. I'm not sure what the case is over here, but the family over here, they build tricycle, the side carts for the bikes, and they had part of their business over here. Now, here's an example. If they didn't own this, they just, you know, ask them to move their business over and tell them why, you know. Otherwise, if they own the land, then the city will pay them, and you know, a fair market value for the land, so they can build through here. So, and as you can see, the bridge here. Hi, they're going to widen the bridge, the roadway, and there's a lot of construction taking place throughout the city of Davao, and during the process it does create a lot of headaches for getting around. It doesn't matter what vehicle you're in, with the exception of the motorbikes. Those guys just drive where they want, when they want. They don't care. You might recall this bridge from one of the other videos. One of the police force, they were actually rappelling off this bridge down into the river. The reason why I brought you down here is I wanted to take a look at this river and kind of let people know what's going on with it. Before I get into that, as you know, as anybody knows that has stayed awake in school, didn't fall asleep at their desk in the back of the classroom, pretty much knows that you can trace pretty much any power line, electrical power line. And if you follow it far enough, it's going to lead you to a source that powers electricity. May it be coal, gas, what else? Nuclear power plant in which they use water to cool it down. Solar panels as well, wind turbines, and of course water. They all generate electricity. And like I said, if you stayed in Awaken class, you know that it's hydroelectric power plants, which is what this is used for. It's routed to the local hydroelectric power plant, which uses dams to capture energy of moving water. That's basically the long and very short of it. I don't know if you can see that far, probably not, but there's a dam up there. This water here, this waterway used to be all the way to the top. You can see the water line on the wall, on the seawall, if you will. You can see the water line along that wall, that cement wall. That's how high the water is, or was. And even though they shouldn't, the little kids, they come down here when it's full, and this water is very rapid paced. It's always flowing real fast, with the exception of today. Now, a lot of times the kids would be down in this and they would be swimming. I'm not here to really lecture about that. You know, that's up to the parents to decide if they want to allow their kids to swim in, you know, polluted water. That's none of my business. But, you know, from a humanitarian standpoint, it is a concern because you want to see, you know, you want to keep the kids safe. You want to keep the kids healthy. And as you can see, it's very polluted. You can see a bottle there bouncing in the water. There's a lot of different plastics, garbage that I seen flow by. Hi. Not a rowdy bunch. But anyway, you know, it's, if anybody's watching this and they have kids and they let them swim in this or something similar to this, it's up to you. You might want to rethink it. It's not healthy. But these kids, they've been doing it so long, they're probably immune to it. If I was to get in that and swim, I bet you I'd be sick before morning comes. But anyways, getting back to the topic at hand, this channel here, this little river channel, is used to power the hydroelectric power plant here in Mintal. Okay, but now, so why did they drain it? Well, thanks for asking. We're gonna cross the street here. I'm sure you probably want a different view, as I do. Oh, so what they did was they actually dammed it up on that end. They dammed it up because they don't want any more water going into the power plant right now because it's under renovation. I just talked to a gentleman, probably 50 years of age, and he sounded like he knew exactly what was going on with this. And he told me that they dammed it up and tried to stop the water flow going to the hydroelectric power plant here in Mintal because, like I said, they're renovating that plant. They're doing some repairs. And as you know, the water is a valuable resource. It's used in many ways. It's fuel extraction and production, also used for fuel refining, as well as processing, even fuel transportation. Who would have thought of that? But yes, it's even used in fuel transportation, and of course emissions control. So you know, aside from taking a shower, skinny dipping in it, swimming in it with no clothes on, drinking the water, you know, it has a great many different very valuable resources. In the morning, like I said, they'll have a traffic officer right here. And getting back to that, when I was talking about stopping traffic, about stopping traffic, they actually have an officer standing right here in the middle of this intersection, as well as down where I previously showed you. And why it's so important is they allow the traffic to go, they open it up both lanes one way, and then they take turns coming back and forth. Now the other day when I came through here in the morning, when it's extremely busy, the traffic flow, the backup, when traffic is coming this way from the other end, the traffic actually backs up on this short road right into the main road of Mintal. And then it creates a snarl, a snag, a traffic congestion on the main road. Really? Wow. Wow, yeah, I got all that. I understood every word. So, yeah, it creates a traffic backup, a traffic jam on the main road up there. And then, of course, the trickle-down effect, if you will, goes all the way down and around back this way as well, which isn't so bad because it's a little longer distance before it actually affects the main highway. But this way, yeah, right away it'll create a snarl right up there. Now they do allow this side to flow through longer than they do the other side, and I think you already know the reason for that. And for those of you who did fall asleep in school, it's because of the traffic snarl that I talked about on this end. So they have to keep the traffic going this way as much as possible. Sometime in the near future, I would really like to get out into the city of Davao and just record just segments of all the construction, the road construction that's taking place within the city of Davao. And before I close out, I should mention that the President Duterte, before the end of his term, has a project going on right now, and it's called the Coastal Road Project. And it goes on the outskirts of the city, along the sea. It's going to be a very beautiful scenic route for motorists to take. It's also going to help reduce the amount of traffic within the city limits. That's the plan, and it should. So anyway, we're going to have to make it out there to Coastal Road sometime and bring you an update about the Coastal Road project. So just walking down this way. Going this way will bring you to Ulas, and then if you make a right-hand turn at the end of this Mintal Road, it'll take you towards Toril. If you go left, that brings you in toward the city of Davao. This way takes you out to Kalinan. I'm going to call it another day I'm gonna walk over here and maybe see about getting some lechon manok, which is the chicken that goes around on the grill. Really yummy. So I'm gonna go check on some lechon manok and maybe get a couple of odds and ends, and then I'm gonna head on. I want to thank you very much for joining me on POD, Philippines on Demand. Thank you, everybody.